So guys, this channel has just hit 200,000 subscribers, and this is the best day of my life. If you could watch the video from the beginning to the end, that would mean the world to me. And with that being said, let's get started. 24th of October 1995, I was born in the Queen's Medical Centre Hospital in Nottingham. And 2 days later, my airway became blocked. I couldn't breathe. I turned totally blue and was carried straight to emergency care. To cut a long story short, yeah, I survived, but that was scary looking back. Moving forward a little bit, I was always creative. From the age of 2, I was drawing elephants, baking cakes, and making dinosaurs out of Play-Doh and matchsticks. I used to love dinosaurs. My level of concentration was such that when I started working on something, everything else became secondary, to the point where I would sometimes even forget to eat meals. My dad picked up on this and he started training me to play chess. I was slow to start with, but very soon I started to enjoy the game, and I got good fast, started beating my dad, and not too long later, I would be playing for the England chess team. I handled junior school with no problems at all. Over there it was all about being nice and having a decent head on your shoulders. I used to be that guy who answered all the questions in class and came into school 20 minutes early. Yep, I was that guy. But as soon as we hit high school, things started to go a bit wrong. All of a sudden it was cool to be dumb, and chess became an activity for nerds. At the same time, my acne started to kick off all over my face. I started growing and became quite tall, and with the copious amount of gymming I wasn't doing at the age of 12, I became lanky. In not too much time, I'd gone from that talented little genius to that twig that plays chess. Things had really changed, and I started to feel just a little bit alone. Yes, I had friends, but this loneliness was almost inside of me. And it was at this point that I felt my confidence leaving me. From that guy who used to ride into class on the vehicle of self-satisfaction, I became a bit of a library dweller. Now don't get me wrong, I wasn't depressed. I've always had parents that love me more than I can even understand. I've always had a group of close friends who are there for me when I need them. I've always had my brother and sister who can somehow make me laugh even in the darkest times. It's just, I was a shell of a human. I used to walk around with my head down. I used to barely make eye contact with people. I never said much, and I could be in a room without really being there. And then came one of the worst days of my life. In what must have been my greatest moment of stupidity, I told a classmate that I used to put lemon in my hair. Seems pretty normal. In fact, it's actually quite beneficial for the scalp. The rest of my school didn't seem to agree. For about 1 whole month afterwards, I couldn't get away from it. Wherever I went, I could hear people shouting the names of citrus fruits after me. I could hear them bellowing with laughter. And yeah, it sounds ridiculous looking back, even kind of funny, but 14-year-old me felt trapped. I literally felt like the entire universe was against me. And it was at this point that I hit an all-time low. Not too long after, March 2011, I got my first smartphone, the ZTE Blade. And I was honestly blown away by this thing. I couldn't believe the technology I was holding in the palm of my hand. So I started researching. I wanted to understand everything there was to know about smartphones. I started getting into modding, hacking and customizing. And on the 22nd of April 2011, aged 15, I uploaded my first ever YouTube video, how to optimize the ZTE Blade. Now I don't even remember the specific moment when I decided to upload it onto YouTube. But looking back, all I can do is to thank God. To thank every God there is and ever was, because it changed my life. And there I was, on YouTube. My video quality wasn't great by today's standards, but you guys, people that I didn't even know, told me it was good. You told me that I'd just rescued you. One guy even said I'd made his day. It gained some traction. First it got 100 views, then 1,000, then 20,000, and all I could do was sit there and gawp at the statistics. It took me longer than it should have to realize that there was an opportunity here, but in August 2011, I started uploading regularly, videos on phones, tablets, games, and at this point I was effectively broke, so I used to borrow my dad's camera and review everything I could possibly afford, borrow and trade in. But as well as all the love, there was a lot of hate. Some people used to say things which honestly hurt me, things so bad I was just embarrassed to show anyone. Reading the relentless hate started to make me stronger, and before long I was using it as motivation to move forward. And one night, in March 2013, it got to me. I was lying in bed and I started to imagine what it would be like to be a YouTuber, to create videos that thousands of people would want to click on every day. And I realized something, that amidst all the hassle, the hate, the setbacks, I loved what I was doing. YouTube made me really happy. So I got up, I grabbed a sheet of paper and I wrote 100,000 subscribers. I wanted to show those haters that I could achieve something. I wanted to make the naysayers regret the day they lifted a finger. But most of all, I wanted to prove to myself that I could make a difference. Before long, I had bought a camera of my own, basic as it was. I covered my wall with subscriber targets and when I should have achieved them by. I started editing, uploading daily, improving my quality, and it made me feel really good. I could feel that dark cloud over my head clearing, and all I could see now was a sky of opportunity. Yes, I was still lanky, but I had something. I had something that none of the naysayers did. I could feel my confidence returning, and it was at this point I decided to start putting effort into the way I looked. And this was when I came up with that hairstyle that you guys know and love today, and since then I've always associated it with this feeling of freedom. When the hair was up, I didn't just feel like Aaron. I felt like I could be anyone, like I could do anything. I felt ready for the world again. And when I said to myself that I wanted 100,000 subscribers, I meant it. And I don't say wanted in a casual sense of the word, needed. I wanted it as bad as I wanted to breathe. YouTube began to consume my life. Whether I was at the dinner table, on holiday or at work, my mind was churning with the next video idea. I was sitting my final school exams at this point, and was starting to feel very stretched. I wanted to get the best grades I could, I wanted to spend time with the people I loved, and I wanted to get 100,000 subscribers. The constant pressure I was putting on myself to come up with ideas, to film, edit, voiceover, make thumbnails and research tags on a daily basis, alongside everything else, made me start to feel unwell. So there I was, trying to do everything, but ending up spending no time with my family, no time working, and not achieving my YouTube targets. In the end, it got so bad that I had to slow down dramatically. Nearly half a year on, I stumbled across a tech channel, which used to be the same size as my own, and whilst I was now on 20,000 subscribers, he had surpassed 80. Looking through, I realized the only difference between myself and him was that he persevered. I started to reevaluate, and I came to the conclusion that YouTube is my passion. I had never felt this much satisfaction in anything I'd ever done in my life previously. So I made the decision to buy a 4K camera, grit my teeth, and get filming. Within 2 weeks, ideas started to flow. I was buzzing mentally, and gaining subs faster than ever. And not too long after hitting 35,000 subscribers, something life-changing happened. One of my videos went viral. And by viral, I don't mean 100,000 views, not even 1 million views. 15 million views and counting. Within about a week, my channel had doubled in size, and I was honestly just in awe. I went in overdrive. I began uploading better and better content, faster than I'd ever done before, and I felt on top of the world. Through trial and error, I started to learn how to optimize content, make thumbnails that stood out, and take Mr. Who's the Boss to the next level. It wasn't long before we hit 100,000 subscribers, and every goal and expectation I had for myself at this time had just been obliterated. This channel has come so far since the day that I decided to pick up a camera. YouTube is no longer a hobby, it is a part of me. It has shaped me, made me stronger, more confident and more determined than ever. And it's all thanks to you. The lovers, the haters, the likers, the commenters. You have made me the person I am today. And I just wanted to say thank you. It has taught me that the only way to achieve something is to persevere, to keep trying, learning, and then trying some more. And however unrealistic your goal may seem, you can get there. There'll be 1,000 people who will tell you you can't, who will tell you to get real. Had I listened to even one of those, Mr. Who's the Boss probably wouldn't exist. Everyone has lows and highs, and the most important thing is how you deal with them. Be modest in your success, and determined in your failure. We are going to get to 1 million subscribers, and for everyone who thinks we can't do it, I'll see you on the other side.